so you are from out of state and you moved to Godley, Texas. So tell us a little bit what drew you to that community.
Well, when we originally moved here, we moved to Cleburne, and we were looking to live a little bit further out from the city. And so at the time, Godley was just starting to boom, and we found a Starlight Ranch area, and we're able to do a new construction build out here, and we got in during COVID, so it was a little crazy, but this is where we ended up, and we love it.
I love Starlight Ranch. Brandi, what about you? What drew you to Godley?
So actually the small town feel, I went through a divorce and being a single mom with two kids. I did not want to live in a city and I wanted smaller school districts. I also live in a new build. I'm in Hadley Farms. It's a 2-year-old new build home. There's only 30 of us out here. 90% of my neighbors are all retired and they stay home. So, if one of my kids has to stay at the house and I have to run to the store, I just text them and they watch the household or they watch my dogs and things like that. So that's why I moved out to Godley.
Yeah, that's nice. I feel like it's the new build capital of the world. It's like if you want all the design, new design flair and like to know all what everybody's doing, you go to Godly to check it all out. So Renee, where do you think the best places to eat in Godly are, or what you like to do just around town?
Well, I actually do a lot in my neighborhood, but when we do go out to eat or decide to get out of town, out of the house, we have so much close to us that a lot of times we go to Granbury, to the lake right there, the Mesquite Pit. We hit that a lot, or we actually like go to Joshua. We like hitting up the Hickory Tree, and we go to the Mexican place, La Mesa. Hickory Tree's nice. They have live music, karaoke, and they have bands come in. And then if you want to get a little rowdy, you can go to 171 with the food truck. That's pretty fun. My neighbor Frank has a DJ thing that he puts on, and people come up and they sing karaoke till about 1 in the morning. And then there's Del
Wow.
Norte. Del Norte, of course, is fun too. I think it's in the middle of a little transition, but they still do awesome barbecue, and they have their live venues as well. So there's a lot. There's a lot, and then we're so close to Fort Worth. You can bebop in and out on Chisholm Trail pretty quickly.
Yeah, Del Norte is my favorite. That's who catered my wedding, so I'm partial to them.
Mhm.
What about you, Brandy? What do you like to go and do when you're in Godly?
I would say Chisholm Trail Restaurant. My neighbor's son, he actually is the chef there. They own it. It's family owned. We have a lot of our realtor meetings there as well. And because we have a lot of builders out here, so we have probably 7 or 8 builders in Godly out here. So we all meet there. I love 171. We go there on Thursdays, almost every Thursday, because they do live karaoke, and my girls love to go up there and sing, and all their friends come, and it's a huge like family social hour event. But typically, if we go out, we go to I like Clear Fork. It's a lot of nicer areas you can walk around. It's like a mini Austin. It's kind of what it looks like out there. It's about 20 minutes on Chisholm. So that's kind of what we do out here.
Yeah, I love Clear Fork. That's where all the shopping is too.
Mhm.
So I guess both of you selling real estate, do you feel like you have a lot of people wanting to move to Godly? I guess I can start with Brandy this time.
Move to Godly, not necessarily. We're still so small. We're not typically on the map yet. Not a lot of people know what's out here and what's being offered. So no, I mean, I get mostly other surrounding areas. And then if we tell people about Godly, they'll look at it and then they'll find a house with land, and they get more excited about that, the land that comes with the houses. So, but off the
Yeah, I
bat,
feel like
no.
I feel like during COVID, when I was selling real estate, I feel like Godly was one of the places that they were still actively building. And when no one could get a house, there were a lot of people really interested in that area because they were still actively building. So it kind of was helpful, at least during that time. What about you, Renee? I think you do sell in Godly quite a bit, but you may be
Yeah,
guiding them to Godly.
I've actually sold a lot of out of state people in Godly Five, different ones actually in my actual development. And then, yeah, I do focus more on my area. So, and it's mostly new construction, or not very old, a couple of years old. People just want to move up and get a little bit bigger home. So, and Brandi's
Yeah.
right. We do have a lot of the builders actually live right here in Godley. You know, they build in Godley and they live here. Actually, in my own development, we have three big builders that live in here. So it's kind of nice, you know, they take good care of their homes.
Yeah, no, they really are nice. Well, Renee, tell us a little bit because this is a booming community. What have you heard about future growth, things that are coming in, and just what's going on? I know they built a huge new stadium for their school. I think they're building new schools all the time. Like, what do
Mhm.
you see the future for Godly?
I heard somebody the other day in Cleburne, one of the business owners was sitting at the restaurant and they were saying, well, they're calling Godley the honey hole for Johnson County. So I thought, well, that's kind of nice. We live there. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, well, I know they have a development that they're going to be building over there next to off 171. It's going to have Brandi, you might know even more details, but outdoor dog park. It's going to have outdoor music. It's going to have a walking trails, you know, restaurants with shopping. So it's going to be pretty built out. I'm hoping we can get a grocery store other than we do have one, the spring market, but it's great. It would just be nice to have a big one, a big store where we could, you know, bigger.
Mhm. Like everybody in Texas needs an HEB.
So we have an HEB coming
Yes.
off of
So
Chisholm
I don't know. We
Trail.
might not hit that in my life.
Yeah, supposedly we're supposed to have off Chisholm Trail an HEB coming soon. It was a storage facility that they're tearing down, and then we're supposed to be getting an HEB. So
We'll see.
hopefully,
Yeah.
our new stadium is gorgeous. I have a sophomore, so we got to tour it, the whole stadium, and everything that they built. And it's like a TCU mock stadium. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. The school district's amazing out here. My girls, we moved from also another really high end school district, and they love it out here way better. And so
Yeah.
I highly recommend the schools out here.
I have heard that. Was Donnie Cody, he was not a Godly principal. He was Granbury, right?
Yeah. Oh, and we have
Okay.
Silo
I had that
Mills.
wrong.
So there's a brand new huge development. There's actually 4 home developers in Silo Mills off 917, and there's Legacy Elementary School. The school is stunning. I mean, they have a little rock wall thing for kids, like if kids have autism, they have like all these different toys and things like in the library for them. I mean, they have everything you can think of in a school for all different types of kids, and it's amazing and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So I guess what are your final thoughts? Anything that you can think of that mainly I think people are going to be looking at this video that they're thinking about moving to Dallas Fort Worth. So just any final thoughts on why Godly would be a great choice or at least a place to look? I'll start with Brandi. She's on my screen.
I'm like, I love it. This was the best decision for me. Like I said, as a single parent with kids that are in the school district, it's the small town feel, but you're surrounded by so much. So I still get to be, you know, have that mom, the security, and live that single life sometimes with Fort Worth and Granbury and Burleson and Joshua and Cleburne, everything kind of around. We're literally, Cleburne Lake is like 15 minutes, Granbury Lake's 25 minutes. So there's those as well. I would say just really the security, the safety. It's got city amenities, but it's a country vibe. It's laid back. Everybody knows everybody. You know, everyone watches out for everybody still. It's just a homey town. It's somewhere you want to live and you want to raise your kids. And whenever I go out of town, it's like, you know, I'm ready to go. You're ready to go home. So
Yeah.
I love it here.
Well, Renee, bring us home. What are your final thoughts on Godly, Texas?
Well, you know, I was born and raised in a small town in Northern California. And so when I moved out here, I wanted to live in a small town. I didn't want to live in a big town. I'm not a city girl. So I love that Godly feels like an extension of where I came from. And one thing I love about it is there is a lot of transplants that live here from other states, a lot of different states. And they're all people that kind of come together with what I have found to be kind of a common thread, which is kind of nice. And so I don't know. I'd probably piggyback on what Brandi has said in that it's been neat to have that small town feel. And you can, every time you go into the spring market or down to 171 or you're getting gas down at the country corner, you always see people, you know, and that's nice. I like that feel. I hope it stays that way.
Me too.
I know, I know, I
Yeah.
know. Well, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day. I know that y'all had a very busy day. They're writing offers, getting contracts out there. They're really, really great agents. So I sure appreciate you and have a good rest
Thank
of your
you.
day.
Thanks.